Greetings. My name is Dr. Julius Kimani, and this is 10 Minutes with Dr. Julius. And so today I want to share briefly about the principle of humility. Now, humility comes from the root word humus, which means the earth. And I would define it also understanding the true you in the eyes of God. Now, the opposite of humility is pride. Now, I would say pride is overestimating who you are. Now, you can also underestimate yourself, and that is what we talk about, low self-esteem. And it is important to know that when you understand who you are not threatened by the people around you. You do not try to overshadow people, neither do you allow people to overshadow you. Humility is not allowing people to trend upon you, but it is the ability to handle situations with the right attitude towards people. Now, when you look at the words spoken by Solomon, he said that when you have humility, it gives you access to riches, to honor, to life. And what else do a man want in this life? Everybody is looking for riches and wealth that enable you to live a good life. People are looking for honor, which is the high level of respect that people will accord you, or what you would call fame. And life, longevity. And not only living long, but also living a quality life. Now, when you're a person who has humility, it gives you the access to these blessings. And I want to say this, that one of the key things that is an indicator of humility in somebody's life is obedience. Because obedience gives you access to the next level. Now, I give this example. Now, I have traveled a few times, and when you go to any airport, the security details will want you, they'll expect you to remove your shoes, to remove your belt, and probably to remove some of the things that you are carrying, and to put them aside. And if you do not do that, then you cannot be able to access the next level. You cannot even be able to enter an aeroplane if you have not gone through the security check. Now, many people, or almost everybody, I've never seen anybody at the airport say, I will not go through the security check, because they know very well when you do not go through the security check, then you cannot access a flight. You may have paid, you have a ticket, you may be an important person in your own eyes, or even in the eyes of other people. But having a ticket does not guarantee you that you will fly out of a nation to another nation, or from one city to another city, without going through a security check. And so this requires obedience. And it is a major sign that those people who are obedient, it is a reality that they are humble people. And my challenge to you, it is good to check in your own heart, to check in your own mind, because this is a challenge for self-analysis. It will enable you to know, am I an obedient person? There are different entities that require obedience. One, God expects us to obey His laws, and we cannot obey His laws unless we know them. Therefore, the study of the Word of God is a sign of humility, because that is an indicator that you want to know what you need to follow. Now, the second entity that requires our obedience are parents. And there is a blessing that is attached to the obedience to parents. Many people think that it is just, okay, this is just my phone saying that I need to pick something. It is a principle. Now, the same way, unless I obey the phone and switch it off, it will keep on interfering. I had to obey. So that is a sign of humility to a principle of switching off phones. Now, I continue. Now, when you look at parents, they are the people that brought you to life. And when we obey them, there is a blessing attached to it. The blessing of long life. And it also says that it may go well with you. When you are humble, you have no problem in obeying parents. And when you obey them, then it gives you access to long life and gives you access to things going well with you. This is another check. It is good to check on yourself when things are not going so right. Check, are you having a good relationship with God? Are you obedient to your parents if you're a child? Now, when it comes to people who are married, I say your parents deserve honor from you. You may not run when they call you, but you have a responsibility of showing them respect that they deserve because they brought you here on earth. Now, the third entity that requires our obedience, it is the government authorities. Every government in this world is instituted by God. And when we obey the government laws, then we are obeying God. And many times you find people who have been in trouble are those who do not obey the laws. Simply because they are also going against the commandments of God. And I'm not saying that we obey the bad laws. We can be able to raise up a voice against bad laws, but we have to do it respectfully to the authority that God has given over the government. Paying taxes is one of the requirements. Remember Jesus Christ, when he was approached concerning taxes, he did not argue and say, I'm God here on earth. Or he did not brag and say, do you know who I am? Because one of the key indicators of pride is people who keep on asking, do you know who I am? Do you know the connections I have? That is a sign of somebody who is intimidated and they are trying to use their position to try to intimidate others. And it is not a sign of humility. Jesus himself paid taxes. So when we obey and we pay taxes, we are also allowing ourselves to access the blessings that belong to that land, because every nation has got riches and wealth that are deposited there by God. And one of the ways to access these riches and wealth is when we respect the laws of the land with humility. I want to finalize by saying it is important, if you're an employee, respect your bosses. Remember, your boss is the only person who probably give you up money from January to December. Now, if you check around your life, your parents can give you money probably once in a month or twice in a year. Your brothers and sisters, you borrow money from them, they'll get tired. But this person called the employer is the one person who is able to be a provider indirectly to you. And that is why God also commands that we need to obey the people who have employed us and do service to them, not as men pleasers or eye pleasers. Eye pleasers are the people who will do work or will only work when somebody is watching them. Let us remember that there is a God watching us, and when we obey the entities that God has put upon us, then we enjoy his blessing. My name is Dr. Julius Kimani, and once again, this is 10 minutes with Dr. Julius Kimani. God bless you and see you next time.